Thank you very much. Thank all of you. Thank you, our veterans. Thank you for Veterans United and your support of this fine and outstanding young American and leader and veteran. You know, there's a friendly rivalry, and of course all of you who come up to me and say, I voted for you. I've often said I think I need a recount. But after I lost my friends, I slept like a baby. Sleep 2 hours, wake up and cry. I want to thank you all veterans of all services. As you know, there's a friendly rivalry between the Navy and the Marine Corps, so that's an additional reason why I'm here. I often said that when I graduated from the Naval Academy, I tried to get in the Marine Corps, but my parents were married. And most of my Marine friends are not amused by that. So I have a son, Jim McCain, who served actually at the same time in Anbar Province. Lance Corporal Jim McCain served in the United States Marine Corps in Anbar Province in 2000, 2007 and 2008. And he tells me, he says, you know, Dad, he says, the Marine Corps is part of the Navy Department, the men's department. So, anyway, you know, and it's wonderful, the relationship between all of our services and all of our veterans. I'm here with you today because I believe that the future of America rests with our being able to elect young men and women with the knowledge and background and experience and dedication of Josh Mandel. I believe that it's important for people like me who have had the honor to serve to do everything we can to help another generation of Americans lead this nation in a very, very dangerous world. The 21st century will pose great challenges to the United States of America, both domestically and foreign policy-wise. Our nation has never faced a greater and daunting debt than the one we face today. $15 trillion debt that we have piled on to our children and our grandchildren. Just in the last 4 years of the Obama administration, they've added $5 trillion to our national debt. It is reckless and irresponsible. It is a danger. It is a danger to the very physical stability of this nation. If we keep this up, we will be another Greece. Believe me. We cannot stop it. And when you look at the president's budget, you will see there is no end to the deficit. There is no end to it. And what did we do during the first 2 years when he had overwhelming majorities in both the House and the Senate? With the help of Senator Brown, we passed Obamacare. Obamacare passage was the sleaziest thing I've seen in the United States Senate. But they didn't bring the lobbyists into the White House as the president promised. They brought them into the Blair House. And they bought off the AMA and the Hospital Association and the pharmaceutical people. And the first thing they did was cut Medicare by $500 billion to pay for it. And then they went and bought votes in the United States Senate. One thing we called the Cornhusker kickback, you may recall. The Louisiana Purchase. It went on and on and on and on. One of the most sordid chapters in the years that I have spent in the United States Senate. Josh Mandel believes in integrity. He believes in careful stewardship of the taxpayer's dollar, just as he believes in careful stewardship of the taxpayer of Ohio's tax dollars. Speaking of the doctors went along with Obamacare. Now they're paying a very heavy price for that. So what does the president want to do? More spending, more tax, more regulation. Ask any business person in Ohio, and they will tell you the reason why they're not investing in creating jobs more is because they don't know when the next regulation is coming. They don't know when they're not going to have to hire another accountant. They don't know when they're going to have to hire another tax lawyer. They don't know where. There's been 100,000 regulations issued to implement Obamacare already. Josh Mandel understands that we've got to get government off people's backs. That the difference between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney and the difference between Josh Mandel and Sherrod Brown is that they believe that government creates jobs. That's how you get a $500 million ripoff of Solyndra. Josh Mandel and Mitt Romney believe that business creates jobs, that it's businesses unfettered by government regulation, businesses that are free to hire and invest that will bring our economy back. The other reason why I'm strongly in support of Josh Mandel is because of national security. My friends, we've got a lot of lawyers in the United States Senate. We've got a lot of lawyers. In fact, I don't know if you ever heard the story, the joke about the difference between a lawyer and a catfish. One is a scum-sucking bottom dweller, and the other is a fish. But anyway, there goes the lawyer. So, look, our veterans are coming home. Our veterans are going to be coming home from Iraq and Afghanistan. Our veterans, and I don't have to tell the people here, face challenges. They face the challenges of return to our society. They face the challenges of high unemployment rates. They face the challenges of being able to continue their education. And it doesn't require you to have been a veteran to appreciate that and to help the veterans, but it really does matter when you know exactly what those veterans are facing and going through. That matters. That's what Josh brings. And finally, a strong military. We are facing challenges around the world that are more complex and in many ways more challenging than at any time since the end of the Cold War. Now, I know that this election rests on jobs and the economy, but there's some of us who have served and who are friends who have served and some who didn't come home and some who came home and didn't come all the way home that recognize that the challenge of a rising China, the situation with Iranian nuclear buildup, the possible tensions, rising tensions between Israel and Iran and ourselves and Iran, the spread of this radical Islamic extremism, which is a poison that's taking place not only in the Middle East but also Africa and other parts of the world. These challenges require people who have experience and knowledge and background. It's easy. It's easy for us to just turn our backs on the world. It's easy, frankly, for us to neglect the fact that Bashar Assad has now massacred about 10,000 of his own people. It was easy for a while for us to ignore the genocide in Bosnia, but we stopped it. It was easy for a while for us to ignore the genocide that was taking place in Kosovo, but we stopped it. What was one of our greatest regrets? We didn't stop 800 and some thousand people from being slaughtered in Rwanda. And also, the fall of Bashar Assad would be the greatest blow to Iran at any time in the last 25 years. The strongest client of Iran today is Syria, who is supplying Hezbollah in southern Lebanon and other terrorist organizations such as Hamas. So I understand that jobs and the economy are the primary issues in this campaign. But I also hope that we understand that we need people in the United States Congress and Senate who understand these challenges and how to meet them. Not with the willy-nilly sending Americans overseas to be involved in conflicts, but there are times when America leads from in front, not from behind. This president believes in, quote, leading from behind. America has always led, particularly under Ronald Reagan, from in front. Josh Mandel will be part of that team. I know this is going to be a very close election, so I'm asking our veterans, we're going down and blow the cavalry charge one more time, okay? And come out for this election. Your vote and your support of Josh Mandel can make the difference and send a man to the United States Senate that you can be proud of and that you can rely on to care for our veterans, our national security, and understands the importance and the vital importance of the use of Americans' tax dollars. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, and God bless.